Hi everyone, Carrot Magic here with another settlement build finished. This one's at Concord, which I've renamed New Concord. I haven't seen too many builds at Concord, so I didn't have too much to go on. But I thought that Concord was an area that seems like it should be a settlement. It's got a lot of pre-existing shelter and it's quite easily defended with the narrow sort of streets. So this is the main entrance. You can see behind us is up to Red Rocket and Sanctuary beyond that. And here's the main gate. On the right we've got a Minutemen recruitment office. On the left we've got a mechanic's garage. This is an electric wheelchair that I made with some shotguns for arms. I've got quite a few custom vehicles in this one, but I haven't seen any custom wheelchairs before, so I thought I'd make one. This is the mechanic's garage. He's working on his bike. I've already posted pictures of this one everywhere, so if you follow my stuff you've probably already seen it. And check out the rest of the garage here. You'll find a lot of doors in the settlement don't actually go anywhere, but I find it important to add stuff like fake doors and stuff to make the settlement look bigger than it actually is. Or at least make it look as though I've done more work than I actually have. Quickly check out this guard tower here just before we go in the recruitment office. Just a simple one. So this is the Minutemen sort of recruitment office, sheriff's office, police station type place. And it's got a recreational area for the Minutemen upstairs as well. This is like the bullpen type area where you have guests or people with appointments who sit here. The receptionist, and then beyond that there's desks for Minutemen that are working. Past here's the holding cells. There's a couple of prisoners. And then up the stairs is the Minutemen recreational area. Some shelves. And a small armoury. Head back down. As we go down the main street you'll see a couple of defensive positions just in case they're required. I put this guy here, he kind of reminded me of the mercenaries that are outside Freeside in New Vegas. So I thought he's like one of these guys who, when guests come into town, he'll offer to protect them for a price. few of the houses I've added stuff to just to make it look a bit more lived in or more active. I've got 3 shops here, the toy shop, the clothes shop and the gun shop in this white housing block. So the first one's the toy shop, Roy's Toys. Head on in here. This is a little wargaming table that I made that is just a lot of statues and stuff scaled down to 10% of the size, I think. I like making shelves like this out of the lockers as well, with the back sort of glitched into the wall. It makes for nice shelves, I think. And this is Roy, of Roy's Toys. He's a boy who enjoys toys. That's it for Roy's Toys. Head into the next shop, the clothes shop. I'll stand in the middle here and have a circle round. Here's just the ironing board and cleaning stuff. Got a mess of stuff here that's waiting to be put somewhere. Small changing room, and then the counter, which I've filled with some stuff. That's it for the clothes shop. Next, the gun store with a huge gun sign. Some workbenches where either the owner can make up some new products or where customers can mod their weapons. And
Hey, Scaver, let's trade.
No. And there's a practice range here as well. That's it for the gun store. Next one up's the butcher, run by a friendly, intelligent super mutant. This is meat food. So he lives here as well. I've got the fire and the smoke coming out of the chimney. Okay. Next we'll do this is like a general store, and upstairs is a cafe that they're in the middle of renovating just now. It's not quite finished yet. So here's the general store. We'll head upstairs to the makeshift cafe.
So,
You can see it's still being worked on.
Here, we don't really make any caps, and there are well, some people help me stay in the air. People like this.
So right now it's just a picnic table
Squatters.
and some
Own a
counters
piece
with
of
food,
Diamond City history,
but it will eventually
and
be a
then
fully
beat people
functional
to
cafe.
death with it. Next is Ella Fitzgerald, who doesn't like it when people can't decide things, and then
Head
sings
across the
about
roads. Just a small barricade there. And then this is a little florist's cart. Next to the florist cart, across the bridge here, there's some water under there, so this guy's maintaining the water pump. Have to have a bridge over this big gap so that some of the vehicles can cross it. But you can of course just walk over the pavement as well. We'll head into the bar next, past this vendor. So this is the bar. Got a stage for performing. And I quite like these chairs. I've made a couple of these, so these are like booths made with a big barrel chair and a couple of stools that I've sized up to be the size of the table. There's another one over there as well. Head behind the bar. There's a small kitchen just for whipping up snacks. Head upstairs to a kind of pool hall, gaming hall. Got a couple of pool tables, a poker table, and a dartboard. No one's really playing here just now, but someone's still tending the bar. And people can also get stuff from the bar and then come upstairs to the outside. That's it for the bar, so I head back down. And where do we go next? Let's just go down this side of the street and then we'll come back up the other side. So here we've got a lemonade stand. Very simple. Just wanted to put something there to use the space. Now here's the second one of my custom bikes. This one I went for more of a kind of sports bike type theme. I've got space to hold the guy's sword as well. I built this bike because I really wanted to use the Overboss power armor, that piece at the front with a kind of visor. I thought that would be perfect for a bike. Okay, move on to this is like a robot garage. Turn the light on in here because it's a bit dark. Then just outside the clinic we've got a sad soul who had too much to drink last night, it looks like. Head on into the clinic next. Small pharmacy started up. And through this to the clinic, but this is another one of these fake doors. Just made to look like there's more going on than there actually is. It's a good trick if you're building large towns without putting too much effort in. Head on up to the ward, I suppose you could call it, where people who need to stay overnight or stay for a long period of time. There's a patient in there with the doctor now. And a small lock-up for all the sort of serious machinery and chems in there. Back out.
Yes?
Next we'll head into the armour shop. This one, not too much effort or sort of ingenuity in this one, it's a lot of just pre-made stuff that I've slapped together. The only thing that's not pre-made is probably this sort of counter area. I did put all these pieces down. All the shelves and stuff, I think they all come from the same mod. I do like putting lots of stuff in shopping trolleys though. Head on it. And just another small sign for the armour shop. This is my go-kart, it looks like. That was the inspiration for it anyway. I really wanted something with a roll cage, so I threw this together last night. This was the last thing in the build to do. I wanted something that sort of occupied this space, this lay-by in the road, so I thought this would do for it. That's it. And then come to the hardware store. Rather than do something different with this one, I've kind of kept it as it was in the original game. I've just made it a bit busier, filled it with more stuff. So a lot of this stuff was already here, like the display at the back. I just added a few more things into it. Stuff like the lights on the bottom and stuff, I thought that was quite good. I didn't want to waste them by removing them and replacing them with something else. And there's nothing upstairs, it just leads to the outside. Okay, and then as we come to the museum, this is where the settlement kind of ends, with two barricades on either side of the museum. So I'll show you this one first. This one you get a good viewing of the road down towards things like Drumlin Diner and Starlight Drive-In down that way. And then this one's a bit fancier. As it opens. So vehicles have to come in and out of that one. I think it's the only one big enough to support the vehicles that I made coming out of it. So that's where all the vehicles coming in and out of the settlement. So I head down the other side of the street now. Here's the cinema. And this is like an expansion on the fake doors that I was talking about earlier. This is just a facade. You know, it's not enterable, the doors are fake. But it adds a lot to this building to make it look as though it has a purpose, or at least had a purpose. And maybe it's being reused now as a housing block or something. Next is a wee pet shop. Again, hadn't really seen anything like this done, so I thought it would be something original. And a couple of the mods I had gave me stuff like bird cages and fish tanks, so I thought it was a good opportunity to use them. Got some chickens, some fish, and a little doghouse which has a rabbit inside. There's the pet shop. Next one is the Concord Speakeasy, which I haven't changed, it still leads to that interior cell. I've just added a couple of things to the outside to make it look as though it's still a bar, you know, perhaps it's been revamped. And if I wanted to, I could get one of the mods that would let me alter that cell, and maybe I could revamp that area as well. And next, another facade. There's nothing in here, but this is the Public Occurrences Concord branch. You've got your town crier here with the bell. Just a simple facade to make it look as though something's happening there. Coming now to the Rights Inn. Just a simple kind of lobby area with a reception desk and a small gift shop. And we've got two rooms, number 1, number 2. It's supposed to be like a small laundry area. And out on the balcony, some people relaxing. Let's just jump off the balcony here, we'll move on. So here's the first vehicle that I made in this settlement, a buggy. Another kind of roll cage effect. I don't know what it is, but I really like having a roll cage. It suits the post-apocalyptic theme, I think. And this door does open, but with the HUD off, I'll struggle to find a small point where it's opened, but it does open. Take a look inside. guy's tuning it up. That's it. That's the buggy. Heading on down here. Again, I've added doors to a lot of these buildings just to make it look as though there's stuff happening there. Just to change it up even slightly from the original game. Got another barricade there. It's a watchtower. Another facade building. This was here originally, but I've added the windows, all the signs, the balconies, and the super duper mart sign in the middle. That's all made. Next is Gannon's Arcade, after Arcade Gannon in Fallout New Vegas. I allowed myself to sort of break my immersion a bit here, so this is quite sort of out there. Probably not lore friendly. Got a small sort of kiosk area with the big Liberty Prime looking down. And that guy's unhappy with the machine for some reason. And again, that Galactic Zone sign, there's nothing there, but it makes the arcade look so much bigger than it actually is. I'm going to struggle to close that again. So a really good tip for when you're confined in small spaces is have doors leading to places. It just makes your place look a lot bigger than it actually is.
Yeah?
And then we've got the sort of counter area with all its flashing lights and bulbs, and then this is a sort of prize shelf. If you collect enough tickets you can take one of these models.
Yes?
Yep. Another barricade and watchtower on this side. Another house with nothing in it, but the door makes it look as though maybe something is happening in there, maybe someone lives there. Here we're going to move into the sort of farmland section, and here we've just got a couple of makeshift beds set up, just for anyone who's, you know, fallen on rough times. Maybe they can't afford a room somewhere, so they can sleep here overnight, under the shelter of this canopy. This area I've blocked off by deconstructing a couple of the houses, breaking them apart, and using that from a barricade rather than a sort of traditional barricade with the usual junk fences and stuff. I've tried to combine stuff that we don't see too often. For the farm, got a couple of Brahmin, a couple more rabbits in the little dog houses there. I like that effect with the mesh over it. Guys over here feeding some chickens. We've got a couple of guys working on the vegetables. He's digging away in there. So this guy's taking a break. That's it. And then just a small sort of break area for these guys when they're done toiling the land. And then there we go. We came full circle back to the entrance.
Yes?
And that's it for New Concord. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, any suggestions on stuff that I maybe could have done better or improve on for next time, just leave a comment or message me on Reddit or something. Thanks, see you guys.